Yo, what's good everyone? In today's video we're gonna spice it up a little bit. Today I'm gonna show you how to make dark hidden trap beats in the style of Lil Mabu, Moneybagg Yo, Nardo Wick with a little bit of that dark Southside influence. So let's get right into it. As you can see, the melody is very dark, repetitive, simple, but very aggressive. So as first element of the melody, I use this pad in Nexus 2 in the Epic Pack section, and I use this preset called Belize. So for the mixing, we got an RC20, and then I EQ the sound by taking out the lower frequencies and by taking off some of the frequencies that I didn't want to hear in the sound. And then I use the Gulfos by increasing the tame by 91%. And as you can see here, I separated the sound by 100% just to make it super wide open. Next element of the melody is the Noir Felt, which is a piano. Sounds really sick. And as you can see, it follows the same chord progression of the first element. Very basic chord progression, nothing too crazy. And actually for the piano, we have no mixing at all. Other than that, I pushed it more to the center of the stereo separation. And basically this is what we got so far. Now at this point I wanted to look for a counter melody that could give me a dark vibe, and again I went into Nexus 2 and I found this preset called Chilling Bells, and all I did here was to layer down the same chord progression that we already had and then playing around with the notes just to give some sort of dark feeling. And for the mixing, very basic stuff. We got the fruity chorus with the default preset, if I'm not mistaken, and then an EQ just to get rid of the annoying frequencies. And then I'll look for another sound that could complement the one that we got previously. And I found this piano still in Nexus 2, which is called FM Piano. And I've actually applied the same piano roll that we had in the previous sound, even though I lowered it down by 1 octave. And for the mixing, again, we have the same mixer channel from the previous sound. So again, the chorus and the EQ. So basically, this is what we got so far. So after doing that, all I did was to render out the melody and to start making the beat. I also think I lowered down the melody by 1 semitone or something like that. So now I'm finally gonna break down the drums, but before doing that, I'm gonna give you a small preview without the melody so you can actually understand what I actually did. Very hard. So I started off with this snare. You know, very basic piano roll. Then we got the hi-hat. So something to definitely mention about the hi-hat is that there's a lot of gaps, as you can see here in between, especially for the first 2 bars. Just because, you know, you want to give some sort of bounce. You don't want to keep the hi-hat rolling for the same, like, you know, every 4 steps type of shit. So you want to give it some sort of bounce by leaving gaps, you know, playing around with the velocity, even playing around with the panning as well. As you can see here, we have a lot of panning going on, especially with these notes here. And obviously other cool tricks to implement is to put something like hi-hat rolls every now and then. Obviously do your best to make them make sense, you know, don't put them just anywhere you feel like. Put them wherever you feel like, but make them make sense so you can get this sort of interesting bounce. And then we got another hi-hat, which is more like a subtle one. It's more like a perk type of stuff and sounds like this. Next we have an open hi-hat that goes like this. You know, there isn't any rule specifically on when to put anything, you know, just go with the flow, but at the same time don't overdo shit and you're gonna be fine. Next we have a clap that hits at the middle of every bar, basically every 4 beats. And this clap right here, you can't really hear it properly, but it's more like a support for the snare. And then we have another snare just to give some more rhythm to the beat. Then we got another perk that's more like an open hi-hat. You know, tiny details that always make the difference. And then we got the snuff, because as you already know guys, I love snuffs and I love to put them, whether it is drill, trap, I don't care man, I love the snuff like hell. And obviously from my kit, Imperium, check it out, link in description, don't miss it out. Bro, if you haven't copped the Imperium yet, I'm telling you, you are missing out on a lot of opportunities on getting better at making beats, getting placements, getting better at making melodies and whatsoever that can enhance the quality of you as a producer overall. Bro, I'm telling you, don't miss out on the opportunity. First link in description and start making fire ass beats today. Next we have another perk, very basic stuff. Now at this point I added the kick and I used the subway kick still from the drum kit Imperium. Go check it out. You know, very powerful kick that I would normally use on drill beats, but it was so hard that I was like, man, it would really be a pity to not use it. And then last but not least, we have the spin to give body to the beat, and sounds like this. And this is basically it for the drums. Now for the mixing, there's basically nothing going on other than that I stereo separated the hi-hat, for example. You know, very basic stuff. And then I stereo separated the other hi-hat as well. And then as you can see here, we got another stereo separation for the open hi-hat. The most element mix actually is just this perk, where there's a little bit of EQ, a little bit of reverb and delay as well, which actually comes from my box preset from the Imperium. And other than that, we got the sidechain of the kick with the melody and the 808. So as you can see here, we got a little bit of sidechain of the melody. So as you can see here, you can see these purple parts in the audio wave of the melody, and those are the moments where the kick was hitting. And again for the 808, we got the sidechain as well. As you can see, there's no mixing at all, but just the sidechain with the kick. You know, I actually like to sidechain the kick with the melody and the 808 because you can actually feel the kick properly hitting the beat. Whereas if you don't sidechain it, it might just clash with the 808 since they are both sitting at the same frequencies. So you want to always make sure that at least to get this type of mixing, you want to sidechain the kick. You don't have to do it every time, but at least me personally like doing it. Now I'm gonna show you the arrangement of the beat. It is pretty similar, but there's different parts in the beat itself. So as you can see here, we got the first 8 bars of the drop of the beat, and then all I did was to duplicate the same piano rolls that I already had, and I actually changed the piano roll of the kick, the 808 and the secondary snare that I have over here, and it is pretty much the same thing other than the fact that I changed the bounce slightly. So the first 8 bars are like this. And then the next 8 bars are like this, slightly different, pretty much the same bounce, but just tiny differences. And if you notice here, the main difference that occurs is this kick that rolls like this. As you can see here, we have these 4 kicks, which I actually played around with the velocity, and also some other different hits in the piano roll as well. Same thing for the 808. Obviously, to follow the rhythm of the kick, I change it a little bit. It doesn't hit every time the kick hits, but it hits differently from the previous piano roll. And then for the next 8 bars, we got the change of the melody, and I even took out some elements, you know, just to change the vibe of the beat a little bit and to make like the verse part type of stuff. So here it activates the half time on the melody, so it lowers down the note and it makes it sound slower. And then it's pretty much the same thing as I put the first 8 bars that we had at the beginning of the drop of the beat. Basically that's it. It's very simple arrangement, nothing too crazy, but you know, just to spice things a little bit. However, enough talking. Now I'm gonna let you listen to the full beat.
Stepuz on the tape.
I don't know, man. I feel like this beat is really lit. You already know, guys, this is not really my style of beats. I don't make trap like this, but bro, come on now, this shit is lit. You know what, let me know in the comments if you'd like me to start making more trap, because I actually enjoy making this beat. I'm even considering making more trap now. Still making drill, but trap as well. But however, guys, let me know what you think about this beat. Make sure that you leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed today's video. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Stepuz. Make sure that you get yourself a copy of Imperial if you don't want to miss out in opportunities. And man, I see you on the next time. Bow.